All right, let's bring him in. The two-time Isaac Robinson back once again. It feels like literally not that long ago when we had you on after your first, and now you're sitting here with 4. How does that feel? How does that feel?
Pretty crazy, man. It's pretty unreal. I don't even think it's quite sunk in, like 4 of them, but I'm liking it.
What's the difference between this one and the others? Does this one feel better, worse?
Yeah, where do you rank this one?
This one felt easy. I don't know. This one, it was weird. Like, I just knew going into the final round I was going to win, and it just felt strange. Like, I've never felt that before. Even like in previous wins where I've had a lead, it felt like hard to defend that lead, and it felt like it was anybody's game. But this one, I just was so confident going into the final round that it was just like not a surprise to win. I don't know. It's hard to describe the feeling, but this one obviously feels amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
We're gonna rank it 4th then.
It's interesting you say
definitely
that.
4th.
It's interesting that you say that, though, because coming off the 3rd round, that was your worst round of the tournament. So where did the confidence come from?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think honestly, it could have been some of the lead card players, just because everybody there was new to that position. It felt like. Obviously they're great players, but when you're playing with people who have never held a lead like that and taken down a tournament like that, you're kind of feeling like, okay, I can just beat these guys 1 round and I'm good. Was the scary card, because you just never know what those guys are going to do. And so when I was watching scores and everybody just started real slow and the wind was tough, and so nobody was shooting hot. It just felt like mistakes, like any big, and the tournament's yours. And so that was kind of the mindset that confidence came a little bit.
How describe to me how big that putt was on 17. You had a putt that was maybe about the same distance, maybe a little bit further on 16. That would have been definitely nice to have that banked in as a birdie going into those last 2 holes. I think you clanked that one off the cage. Now you're going to 17. Marweed's got a putt closer than yours, and he's looking like arguably outside of Yuli, probably the best putter inside the circle. Like, what's going on through your head right there? Because obviously we know you play fast, so it's not like, oh, I took a little bit more time. Like you didn't take more time. You did your same routine, but walking up to that putt, did you feel like that was the tournament right there?
Yeah, I knew if I made that tournament or made that putt, the tournament was pretty much over. I'd been playing 18 well all week, so I knew it was going to. And so I just really tried to block it out of my mind, like the importance of that putt. But after I made that putt, I was telling my wife, I was like, I think that's the best putt I've ever made. Like, for that situation and for what that meant to secure the 4th major, it was just such a neat feeling to be able to hit that under all of the pressure. Because like, if I didn't make that putt, the chances of me making the putt on 18 are like real slim. We're staring at like a headwind, water behind the basket. This is for the win. And that's a whole different situation. So to hit that one, it just felt like I performed under the pressure and I really took the tournament down.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it felt like that was the moment right there too. Especially, like I said, coming off that 16 miss, you're like, oh my gosh, he has to make this one. 18, that's going to be tough to play for birdie. All right, let's talk a little bit about something that is never a storyline. We talked about this a little bit on debate night, so make sure you guys check that out coming out on Thursday. But something we hear a lot is this guy's won so many times. When is he going to win a major? When is this guy going to win a major? When is he going to win a major? You're like on the other spectrum, which people don't really care. Like I personally don't care. If you finish your career with X amount of majors and not that other many wins, like I still think you go down as one of the best players ever, because I think majors should hold a lot more weight. But it is an interesting question of, you have won 4 majors in the last 3 years. The last time you won a non-major event was back in 2022 at Idlewild. So what the heck is going on with you at majors?
Dude, I don't know. I just wish I could win an Elite Series. You know, I just want a normal
If
win.
I were you, I would never want to win one again. Just give me all the majors.
Like, is the preparation at all different or anything like that? Like, is there stuff going into it that's different?
I mean, you always prepare a little bit more.
We might have lost him. He's out. Where do you think he is right now, Yuli? He's like in a log cabin in some sort of park, I think.
Yeah, he's in the woods. He's
living
deep in the woods.
He's deep in the woods. All right, I guess we'll never know why he somehow. I think he has the best winning percentage right now at majors. I think someone said he's like, what's his winning percent? It's something.
He's in
stupid.
Yosemite. That's right.
Oh, he's in Yosemite. Oh, that's actually a beautiful place.
Yeah,
it's a very nice place.
No, he's like, kind of like the
third best all time behind Paul and Kenny for major percent wins.
Oh,
that's wild.
Yeah, it is.
All right, we got our National Park Isaac over here, freaking turning into a forest ranger. All right, you're back. All right. So you're talking about how you want to win non-major events here and what you need to do that.
Yeah. No, I was talking about the difference of the preparation that goes into it, and it's really pretty much the same. But I think with majors, for me, there's a lot less pressure to score, because with a 3-round Elite Series, you have to come out of the gates firing. You can't make any mistakes. You have to play perfect, and if you make small mistakes, like, the tournament's over. Mm-hmm. You take one double bogey, tournament's over. And for majors, it gets in other people's heads, that this is a huge, important tournament. And then but if you can just play just consistently and not make any huge mistakes during the majors, but, maybe you're not playing like lights out. We saw this last week where the whole lead card 3rd round played terrible,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I was 1 stroke back. And so just getting out of the longer tournaments that are 4 or 5 rounds with, maybe 1 mediocre round, you still have a chance to take it down. And so I think that's where the difference is for me, is because I will have that down round, but I'm always able to bounce back if I have time. Whereas the normal Elite Series, you don't really have that extra time to score and make up ground.
Well, I've always said that I think the majors are the easiest ones to win if you're good enough, because half the field because of the pressure is gone. I always found when I played good at like the World Championships, I didn't even play good, I felt like, and then all of a sudden I was there because I didn't let that pressure of whatever the tournament was cost me all those strokes, and then I'm like, well, I just kind of played okay and I'm here with these guys. But then down the stretch, you have to play good final round in order to take it down, and that's what you've been able to do, which is kind of fascinating over all these tournaments. And it's not like there's been one round, the final round, where you just coasted in for the win. You played like dang near the hot round every single time to close it.
Yeah, but to touch on that, like, I don't even feel like I played well last week. Like, I played fine, but I averaged 1050, which is like, that's 4 points above my rating, whatever ratings mean, but like, still, it's like, usually to win a major, you have to average in the 1060s, I feel like. And so I feel like everybody, I don't know if it was just the ratings or what, but everybody just kind of let it get to the head or something.
I think what you said earlier was right. I think you won because no one was going to have 4 good rounds out the course. Now, if there was no wind, I think we're probably looking at a 40 plus under winner. I think someone shoots double digits all 4 rounds, but because of the wind, that made a lot of decision making. That made bad putts way worse. That made bad throws way worse. And I think you nailed it when you said that you just had 1 mediocre round and then you had 3 good rounds. I think not that many people had 3 good rounds with their mediocre round. I think they kind of had 2 mediocre rounds and then 2 good rounds. And you're one of the few people that were able to put together 3 good rounds. And then even your mediocre round wasn't bad. Like there's some people that, not to call names out, but there are some people that were shooting closer to par on their mediocre round. And, you were able to still put 3 under down that round 3, which, you weren't out of the ball game and you'd already played pretty good the first 2 rounds. So I think that was the big kicker is like, and of course, like this, like with the wind, I don't think anyone was going to play incredible.
No.
Like, I think you ended up actually playing well. I think you played better than what you thought like average was. But what I'm saying by incredible, I don't think anyone was going to go out there and shoot 10 under, 11 under, 14 under, 12 under. And I think we're all like, I feel like we're always like, that's a good round. When in fact, like your second round, 9 under, like that's an incredible round. That's a great round where maybe it doesn't feel like it because you're so used to shooting 12 or 14.
I think that's part of it too, Brody, is the field thinks that. If you're out there, you're like, I got to shoot 10. I got to shoot. I got to push now. And then they do, and they shoot themselves out of the tournament.
Yep. Yes. 7 under every day would have won you this tournament. And I don't think people would have thought that going in. Yeah. You would have won. Yeah. You would have won by 2. So I think you're right. I think we saw a lot of people press when they probably didn't have to.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that a little bit later with some of the people I'm talking about. But I think that's the detriment to these people playing courses that require you to go out there and shoot 14 under.
Yeah. The final round I was caddying for Anthony. And my only advice to him was, I was like, we have to go bogey free. I'm like, if you go bogey free, you'll probably win the tournament. That's all you have to do. And so I pulled him off of a shot. He was looking at a shot on like the par 5 where he wanted to juice. He had hit the first
12.
tree, 12, and he was going to juice one under the trees. And I'm like, whoa. And I arranged it. It was 320 to the OB line. And he throws 320 in 1 second out of his hand. You know what I mean? So I knew the disc at some point would have probably been by the OB line. I'm like, no. Let's just go high. We'll take par. Bogey free's like your best friend today.
Yep.
And as the round kept going, the only thing I swear to myself that I was thinking is I was like, Isaac knows that bogey free's powerful too. I literally thought that. I'm like, dang it, if there was anybody else on the lead card.
We need a dark horse person.
Yeah, exactly, because he's just going to consistently get the pars and a couple birdies here and there. And that's exactly what you did. But what were you going to say, Brody?
Well, I was going to say PDJ Mike, our producer, he just threw a very interesting comment, and I want to see how close you can get, Isaac. On your 4 majors, how much money have you brought in on your 4 majors alone?
Let's see. 16 this week, 30, 60.
Oh, sorry. Not in your 4. Sorry, not in 4 majors. Sorry, in all your majors. Sorry. Not just the 4 that you won. All majors. Because I think there was another stat. Another stat has you. I think right now your average in major finishes is 5th place. 5th is your average, which is
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I'll say like 105,000.
Close. 100 just over $123,000 in majors alone.
Dang.
Wow. Yeah, pretty good. Go buy yourself a nice little car. All right, another question I have for you. Let me see if I moved back far enough. Okay. Tell me when to stop. I don't know if his thing cut
You
off.
froze.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. Oh my gosh. Am I all right? Am I back?
You froze as soon as you asked the question.
Okay, I'll ask the question. Okay, for a second, that was wild. I was like, what? All right, I'm gonna try again. All right, here we go. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
8.
7?
Yeah.
8?
What's the question?
Well, I started with 4.
Let's go 7.
I started with 4, and you see what I'm getting at here?
Okay. Is that how many majors?
How many majors do you want to win?
No,
Do I wanna
are
win?
you going to win? Are you going to win? How many are you going to win? Where do you get? You're at
I wanna
4
win.
in the last 3.
I'm gonna get at least 3 more. Wait, how many does Ricky have?
Real majors or like fairy tale majors?
I think he has 8. I think he has 8. So I want to be
Mickey
wanna be
Mouse majors is what we
third.
call them.
I want to get 3rd on that list there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think I need 8 or 9.
Because there's really no Mickey Mouse majors anymore,
No.
right? Like European Open, when I first started playing, I was like, oh, I can fake acting like I'm a lot better than I am because I can just go out to the European Open and get like a top 20. And everyone's like, oh my God, bro, you got a top 20 in a major. When in fact, it's like it was a Mickey Mouse major. Like it was the easiest major ever to get a top 20. I don't think, I mean, it might be a little bit easier than some of the other majors, but I think there's gonna be a lot of people at European Open and Worlds this year. So I don't think it being over there is just gonna all of a sudden make it super easy. And unfortunately for the rest of the field, Isaac, there's apparently not a course you can't win at. So put you in the woods, put you on a golf course. I don't think it really matters. So I think I think that's gone.
Isaac, do you think you're the best player in the world?
Me?
You play with Gannon all the time. And you.
No.
Do you think when you think of yourself, are you like, yeah, I'm the best player in the world?
No. I'm very, very good at executing shots when and where they need to be executed. But I don't think, like, I love playing with Anthony because it is mind-blowing how good he is. And the same with Gannon. Like, they just have shots that I will never have. And so I love watching that. And so it's really hard to say, I'm the best player in the world when you see shots like that.
I didn't say most skilled because it's a scoring game. Are you the best player in the world? Are you the best disc golfer who plays tournaments in the world?
Plays tournaments.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. How many more is it going to take? How many more world championships is it going to take?
After we win Worlds this year, maybe we'll talk.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what is it about these other guys that you feel they got you by? Like, do you feel like if you play your best and AB plays his best and Gannon plays his best, you're finishing 3rd at that tournament?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly. Yeah, I do think so.
They just have a little bit of a higher ceiling.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, when it takes 1.5 of my shots to get to 1 of Anthony's shots or 1 of Gannon's shots, I think that's the case.
All right. Well, before we let you go, I gotta. You got any more pet peeves for us? You got anything new cooking?
Yes. I think my biggest pet peeve of all time is when people use the porta potty.
Oh boy.
And don't lock the door. And so then you swing open the door because you see the green, and somebody's popping a squat on that.
Are these players or spectators?
Both.
Anyone. I hate it. I don't want to see that.
Who does that?
There was a period of time where it happened a lot to me, and I was like, this is ridiculous.
It's happened to me too, and so I have to knock. Even if I see the green, I'm knocking.
Have I told you my toilet ultimate frisbee story, Isaac?
It's crazy that people don't do that.
Did you? Have I told you my ultimate frisbee toilet story?
We're on a standoff.
Third time. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna tell. I was asking you a question. I'm just gonna tell you the story, whether I've told it to you or not, because I think you'll like this one. So there's a tournament, the biggest tournament in Ultimate Frisbee as far as like teams go, out in Vegas. We're playing at this big, huge soccer complex. They've got bathrooms, a couple of different spots of the course, but I mean, you have hundreds of teams there. So there's, 3,000 plus people playing. And when you go into these bathrooms, the stalls don't have doors, Isaac. Nope. So you go urinal, stall with no door, stall with no door. And here's the thing, brother. When you're an Ultimate Frisbee player, one, you're probably eating like not the greatest food, but you're running so much. And if you run a lot, that metabolism gets going and the nerves start happening and stuff. So that was the most awkward thing ever, because you're just sitting like this. And it's always the most awkward thing is when it's the person you're about to play against. So like an opponent comes in and like turns and looks at you and you're just like,
yeah,
I'm almost done. Give me a few minutes here.
Yep, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Don't like that.
Yeah, that would not be yours. Same thing, Yuli. I don't think we got I don't think your question applies here. This guy claims that he wants AB's power and he wants Ganon's, whatever McCall it, his puffy chalk bag stuff. But this guy's won 4 majors the last 3 years. Heading over to European Open and Worlds. He's got to be your favorite.
Gotta be. No
pressure there, Isaac, but got to be his favorite. But I guess tell the people, where can they follow you if they're not following you on social media? You got anything cooking up? Clearly Latitude's working for you. Because you're throwing those discs pretty well. So what do you got for the people?
Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, mostly Instagram. And then, the Peak just dropped my new signature putter with Latitude. And then we have a couple things cooking up in the summer. Another signature disc that's a fairway driver, and a new signature bag as well. So keep an eye out for those. Should be dropping pretty soon.
Nice. Should your dad be worried? Did he get replaced this past weekend by the wifey?
Nope. My dad's flying out to Finland.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Papa Robinson on the bag. Watch out, folks.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good.
Well, enjoy your time. You deserve it. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, buddy.
Four-time major champion Isaac Robinson joins Tour Life once again. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys.